Chapter 6. Nityananda's Pastimes at the house of Shrivasa. Sri Nityananda stayed at the house of Shrivasa Pandit. With great affection, he would address Shrivasa Pandit as father. He was always in trance, absorbed in the mood of a child. He regularly drank Malini Devi's breast milk. There was no milk in Malini's breast, but by the touch of Nityananda's hand, they would become filled with abundance of milk. This was possible only by Nityananda's inconceivable potency. Mother Malini experienced such wonderful things, but on the order of Lord Chaitanya, she never revealed it to anyone. Malini Devi constantly beheld the childhood pastimes of Nityananda. Lord Vishvambara once said, "Please listen, Nityananda. I'm afraid that you'll pick quarrels with others. Please be calm and don't play mischief at Shrivasa Pandit's house." Hearing this, Lord Nityananda at once remembered Krishna saying, "I assure you, you'll never find me naughty. Don't think of me like yourself." Vishvambara said, "I know you very well." Nityananda replied, "Then tell me my faults." Gaurachandra smilingly said, "You want to know all your faults? It seems you have incarnated to shower rice all over the room." Nityananda replied, "O Lord, only a madman does such a thing. I think you're trying to find an excuse not to feed me. You're enjoying your rice, but not giving me my share. How long will you do such shameful things?" Lord Vishvambara said, "Actually, I'm ashamed of your conduct. That's why I always try to teach you." Lord Nityananda replied with a smile, "This is indeed very good. Please do teach me whenever you find me misbehaving. O Lord, you clearly understand that I am a very naughty boy." Saying this, Nityananda Prabhu looked at the Lord and laughed heartily. In ecstatic love, Nityananda went into rapture. He knew not what he was doing. Suddenly, he took off his cloth and tied it around his head. He jumped and laughed repeatedly while wandering about the courtyard like a drunk. Gadadhar, Shrivasa, and Haridas all began to laugh. For the sake of teaching, they were allowed to see such a form of Lord Nityananda. Then Vishvambara called Nityananda and said, "What are you doing? This is most improper, at the home of a householder. Just now, you told me you're not a madman, but just see, you've given up your own words. How can words make a person ashamed if he is totally devoid of external consciousness?" This was the case with Nityananda Prabhu. He simply floated in the ocean of bliss. The Lord then personally put clothes on the body of Nityananda. Such were the inconceivable activities of Lord Nityananda. Nityananda Prabhu is just like a maddened lion. He is only controlled by the words of Sri Chaitanya and nobody else. Nityananda never eats food with his own hands. Malini Devi fed him like a loving son. This chaste mother knew the transcendental glories of Nityananda. Therefore, she served him exactly as a mother serves her son. One day, a crow came and took a metal bowl and flew away with it into the forest. As soon as the crow went out of sight, Mother Malini became worried. The crow left the bowl in its nest and then returned. Malini Devi saw the crow's mouth was empty. The behavior of Shrivasa Pandit was very strict. Moreover, the bowl stolen by the crow was used to keep ghee for Krishna. She was afraid her husband would be very upset when he heard what had happened. Unable to know what to do, she began to cry. Then Nityananda came there and saw Malini Devi crying for some reason. Nityananda smilingly said, "Why are you crying? Tell me what is your distress and I will surely relieve it." Malini Devi replied, "Please listen, Shripad Gosai. A crow has taken away the bowl which we use for keeping Krishna's ghee." Nityananda replied, "Mother, do not worry. I will bring back the bowl." Turning to the crow, he said, "O crow, go at once and bring back the bowl." Lord Nityananda is within everyone's heart. Who can disobey his order? Ordered by Nityananda, the crow instantly flew away. Malini Devi looked overwhelmed with lamentation. Soon the crow went out of sight and in a short while returned with the bowl in his mouth. The crow placed the bowl in front of Malini Devi and left. Malini Devi knew well the glories of Nityananda. Seeing this wonderful incident, she swooned in ecstatic love. After recovering, she stood up with folded hands and began to offer prayers. He brought back the dead son of his guru. He maintains the entire universe. He can bring anyone back from the house of Yamaraj. For him to bring the bowl from a crow is not at all wonderful. On his head rest innumerable universes, and he maintains them out of his own sweet pastimes. His holy names destroy all ignorance. For him to bring the bowl from a crow is not at all wonderful. In an earlier incarnation, you constantly protected Sita during exile as Lakshman. You never saw any of Sita's body except for her lotus feet. Your formidable arrows killed the family of Ravana. For you to bring the bowl from a crow is not a wonderful thing. Seeing your great power, Kalindi fell at your lotus feet and offered prayers. You possess the strength to maintain the 14 worlds. For you to bring back the bowl from a crow is not a wonderful thing. Still, your activities are not ordinary. Whatever you do is a truth. This is confirmed by all the 4 Vedas. Hearing Malini Devi's prayers, Lord Nityananda began to smile. In his childhood mood, he said, "Oh mother, I want to eat something." Whenever Malini Devi saw Nityananda, milk would flow from her breast. Nityananda, in the mood of a child, would drink that milk. Nityananda Prabhu's activities are inconceivable. What more can I describe? All the world knows them. His activities are mysterious and extraordinary. One who knows them in truth accepts them all as facts. Lord Nityananda, the abode of effulgence and fully absorbed in ecstatic love, wandered all over Madhya day and night. Someone may call Nityananda a yogi, or someone may call him a knower of truth. Let them say whatever they want. Let Nityananda be anybody to Sri Chaitanya. Still, I keep the treasure of his lotus feet within my heart. Thus, Nityananda resided at the house of Shrivasa Pandit. Sri Gauranga constantly protected him. One day, Lord Vishvambara was sitting peacefully at his house with Lakshmi Priya. Lakshmi Priya was supplying betel nuts to the Lord with great happiness. Absorbed in the service of the Lord, she was unable to tell if it was day or night. Whenever Mother Sachi saw Lakshmi Priya and Vishvambara together, she became extremely happy. Knowing that seeing them together pleases his mother, the Lord would spend time with Lakshmi Priya. At one such time, Nityananda came to the house of Lord Chaitanya, overwhelmed and agitated with ecstasy. In a childish mood, Nityananda stood naked before them. Fully absorbed in love of God, he did not feel shy before anyone. Sri Gauranga asked, "Nityananda, where are your clothes?" Nityananda replied, Yes. Sri Gauranga said, "Oh Gosai, why are you doing this?" Nityananda replied, "I can't eat today." Sri Gauranga then said, "I am asking something, and why are you answering something else?" Nityananda replied, "I went there 10 times. Sri Gauranga, being angry, said, "It's not my fault." Nityananda replied, "Your mother is not here." Sri Gauranga then said, "Please get dressed." Nityananda replied, "Yes, now I'll eat." Nityananda Prabhu was fully maddened in love of Sri Chaitanya. He heard something and then answered something else. He kept on laughing. Sri Gauranga then got up and personally put clothes on Lord Nityananda. Nityananda, the son of Padmavati, kept on laughing, completely lost in trance. Seeing the wonderful nature of Nityananda, Mother Sachi simply smiled. She considered Nityananda as her own son, Vishvarup. She heard from everyone that Nityananda was non-different from Vishvarup. She alone saw this within her own eyes. She, however, did not reveal these secrets to anyone. She showed spontaneous affection for Nityananda. She treated both Nityananda and Vishvarup equally. After coming to his senses, Nityananda dressed himself properly. Mother Sachi then gave him 5 pieces of sandesh. Nityananda, however, ate one of them and threw the other 4 pieces away. Mother Sachi then said, "What will you eat now?" Nityananda replied, "If you want more, then surely you'll receive more." On entering her kitchen, Mother Sachi found to her surprise that those same 4 pieces were there inside the kitchen. Mother Sachi then murmured, "These sweets were thrown far away. How is it they're here inside the kitchen?" In jubilant wonder, Sachi brought these sweets and offered them to Nityananda. To her astonishment, she saw Nityananda was eating those very sweets. Mother Sachi said, "My son, where did you get these sweets?" Nityananda replied, "At first I threw them away, but seeing your distress, I brought them back." Seeing this wonderful act, Mother Sachi thought, "Who is there who is unaware of the glories of Nityananda?" She then said to Nityananda, "Nityananda, why are you deceiving me? I know you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, so please remove the influence of your illusory energy from me." The qualities of Nityananda are unfathomable. They are a source of pleasure for the devotees and the cause of distress for the miscreants. Even Mother Ganges runs away from that sinful person who dares to blaspheme Lord Nityananda. Lord Nityananda, who is known as Lord Ananta Shesh, who holds the universes on his hoods, is the king of devotees. This is my heart's desire and prayer to the feet of the Vaishnavas. May Lord Nityananda, who is Lord Balaram, become my life and soul. Accepting Sri Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu as my life and soul, I, Vrindavan Das, sing the glories of their lotus feet.